Good morning, cadets. Today we will be reading the textbook, lesson number 2, The Adventures of Toto. Have you ever had a baby monkey as a pet? So, first of all, let me know somebody had a pet baby monkey in this gathering?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Toto is a baby monkey. Let's find out whether he's mischievous or docile. So, opposite of mischievous is docile, very silent and submissive. So, is Toto mischievous or docile? Let's find out. Grandfather bought Toto from a Tonga driver for the sum of 5 rupees. The Tonga driver used to keep the little red monkey tied to a feeding trough, and the monkey looked so out of place there that grandfather decided he would add the little fellow to his private zoo. So grandfather saw this monkey with a Tonga driver, and I already told you the financial condition of a Tonga driver. It's like auto driver. He has to put more effort because he has to pedal cycling and all. So he cannot look after the monkey well. So he was tied and the monkey was eating whatever and whenever was fed. So grandfather understood it and he decided to buy Toto for 5 rupees. Toto was a pretty monkey. His eyes, bright eyes, sparkled with mischief beneath deep set eyebrows. So when you look at Toto only, you'll understand that he's very mischievous because his bright eyes always sparkled. He had teeth which was sparkling like pearl, were very often displayed in a smile. And every time he would smile, obviously his teeth would sparkle or shine. That frightened the life out of a elderly Anglo-Indian ladies. And he, what do you call, every time he is smiling. So some Anglo-Indian ladies who must have come for a tour, they were frightened. But his hands looked dry up as though they had been picked in the sun for many years. So there is something called pet care. You have to cut their nails, you have to trim their hair, you have to oil them. Once in 10 days, you have to give them a bath. Up that poor Tonga driver must have not done all these things. So obviously, the pet was not looking very neat and clean. It was looking as if it was dried up in sun. Yet his fingers were quick and wicked. But he was agile. Whenever there was mischief and he has to pick up something, he was very quick. His tail, while adding to his good looks, he had a tail also. Grandfather believed a tail would add to anyone's good looks. It depends on beauty, is always depends on the person who looks at. So grandfather found beauty in every animal. So grandfather feels that tail adds to the beauty of animals. Also served as third hand. He could use it to hang from a branch, and it was capable of scooping up any delicacy that might be out of reach of his hands. So the tail was a multi-purpose tail. He could hang on the branch also when he could not get something. Hands were short. At that time, this long tail, he will steal or he will manage to eat or get what he wants with the long tail. Grandmother always fussed when grandfather brought home some new bird or animal. So it was decided that Toto's present should be kept a secret from her until she was in a particularly good mood. So, unlike her husband, grandmother was not very fond of pets. So, every time you bring a new bird or a pet, it became very challenging for our grandfather to convince her. So, they thought that monkey would definitely not impress her. because monkey would jump here and there. So unless she is not in good mood, this secret has not to be told to her. Grandfather and I put him in a little closet opening into my bedroom wall, where he was tied securely, or so we thought, to a peg fastened into a wall. So very secretly they kept him in their bedroom. Few hours later, when grandfather and I came back to release Toto, we found the walls, which had been covered with some ornamental paper chosen by grandfather, now stood as naked bricks and plaster. So Toto, within no time, destroyed everything. The wall had artificial good ornamental paper. First they will plaster, and those who are rich, they will add a wall different type of paper so that it looks very ornamental. And now the wall was looking naked, as if the clothes have been torn off. The ornamental paper was completely destroyed. The peg in the wall had been wrenched with its socket, and my school blazer, which was hanging there, was in shreds. So the monkey grew so violent. How dare you uh, lock me in a very small space? I will teach you a lesson. And the monkey taught them a lesson. They had destroyed the ornamental wall, and there was a blazer of this narrator that also was in shreds, pieces. I wondered what grandmother would say, but grandfather did not worry. He seemed pleased with Toto's performance. So, when you are handling naughty cadets, we should, what you call, be prepared. In the class, everybody is not silent. There are some naughty cadets. So, we expect mischiefs. If the teacher is not patient, then it will be a bad performance for the teacher and the cadet also. So nothing wrong. So grandfather, when he came and saw the ornamental wall has become naked, and the blazer was torn into pieces, he was very cool about it, because he knew that I have bought a monkey. I have not bought a parrot or a simple silent animal like rabbit or so. So he expected, and he did not worry, and he was very happy with Toto's performance. Oh, you are definitely a monkey. He is clever, said grandfather. Given time, I'm sure he would have tied the torn piece of your blazer into a rope and made an escape from the window. So the grandfather is adding some humor and fun and saying, if we had not come now, this blazer would have become a rope, and the monkey would have escaped in the rope from using the rope from the window. So when there is a character sketch of grandfather, you should what you call, be able to give good adjectives to him. That the grandfather was very understanding, patient, tolerant. Because they'll ask you a character sketch of grandfather, and he was really an animal lover, and he knew the psychology of each animal, because each animal is different. If you are a pet lover, but all pets are not same. His presence in the house still a secret, Toto was now transferred to a big cage in the servants' quarters, where a number of grandfather's pets lived very sociably together. A tortoise, a pair of rabbits, a tame squirrel, and for a while my pet goat. So you can see in his private zoo, there are so many animals, and in this servant quarters, many animals were residing very peacefully and happily. And the arrival of our Toto. But the monkey wouldn't allow any of his companions to sleep at night. And monkeys are restless, and he disturbed each and every animal. So, grandfather, who had to leave to Dehradun next day to collect his pension in Saharanpur, decided to take him along. It's like what you call in a house. If some naughty child is there, mother and father will definitely take them along because he will disturb the other siblings. So was the case of our Toto also. He understood. Now grandmother will discover the presence of Toto in the house in his absence because he wanted to go to Dehradun. So he took along. Now some interesting episode. Unfortunately, I could not accompany. So the grandson did not go with the grandfather on that trip, but he told me about it afterwards. A big black canvas kit bag was provided for Toto, this with some straw at the bottom. So, to make it very cozy and comfortable, they spread the straw. Straw, you understand, I believe, when you purchase a canvas or a packed mango or fruits, they keep some what you call dry grass, hay. So straw like things so that it becomes cozy and comfortable. So became his new abode. That was his new shelter. When the bag was closed, there was no escape. Toto could not get his hands through the opening, and the canvas was too strong for him to bite his way through. So, grandfather knew Toto well. So, he made all the arrangements so that he cannot bite and tear and come out of it and all. His efforts to get out only had the effect of making a ball roll about on the floor or occasionally jump into air. So he can sometimes make some slight movements and jump or something. An exhibition that attracted a curious crowd of onlookers on the Dehradun railway platform. So everybody on the platform was thinking this canvas, there's a lot of jumping and all happening. So it attracted the attention of many people. Toto remained in the bag as far as Saharanpur, but while grandfather was producing his ticket at the railway turnstile, then Toto suddenly poked his head out of the bag and gave ticket collector a wide grin. Everything was perfect, the plan was okay, but in the end everything spoiled. Our ticket collector was asking grandfather to show tickets, and grandfather put this canvas down, and Toto felt uneasy, so he gave a hi to the our ticket collector with a big smile. His pearl teeth came out, and he was discovered. The poor man was taken aback, but with great presence of mind and much to grandfather's annoyance, he said, "Sir, you have a dog with you? You'll have to pay for it accordingly." And somehow the poor man, he was thinking the canvas bag must be something, luggage and all. Sudden appearance, he was frightened, but then he controlled and then he asked, "You have a dog with you?" In vain did grandfather take Toto out of the bag. In vain did he try to prove that a monkey did not qualify as a dog or even as a quadruped. Toto was classified a dog by the ticket collector, and 3 rupees was some handed over as his fare. So, when rules are laid down in any institution, whether it is railway, school, and all, rules are there. When we are in trouble, suddenly something happens. For example, the disciplinary committee in our school, if something happens, they will consult the rule book. So, when the ticket collector looked at the monkey, there was no rule of a fine for the monkey, but there was a rule that if a dog is there in the with the passenger, he can be charged 3 rupees. So the ticket collector told, "I'll not write monkey, I will write dog and pay 3 rupees." Then grandfather, just to get his own back, took from his pocket our pet tortoise and said, "What must I pay for this since you charge for all animals?" Ticket collector looked closely at the tortoise, prodded at it with forefinger, gave grandfather a pleased and triumph look and said, "No charge, it is not a dog." So then toys also was there in his pocket. He told, "Sir, you may charge for this also. As I have paid for Toto, you charge." But he just smiled and left it. So you can see the argument in progress with the ticket collector, TC, our grandfather and all. Yeah. Where is Toto? Let me see in that picture. Where is Toto? The bag is there. Yeah, Toto is there. You can see how he's saying hello to the ticket collector suddenly. Yeah. When Toto was finally accepted by grandmother, he was given a comfortable home in the stable where he had for a companion a family donkey, Nana. Then, after all these episodes, finally our grandmother also discovered that grandfather has brought a new pet. Then he was adjusted in a stable. The horse and the donkey and all they live in stable. And Nana was there, the name of the donkey. On Toto's first night in the stable, grandfather paid him a visit to see if he was comfortable. So grandfather knows that Toto does not settle easily. So he went to check, and what happened? To his surprise, he found Nana without apparent cause, putting at her halter and trying to keep her head as far as possible from the bundle of hay. So when he went, Nana was behaving in a very strange way and he was keeping his head far away from the dry grass. Grandfather gave Nana a slap across her haunches and she jerked back, dragging Toto with her. He had fastened on to her long ears with sharp teeth, little teeth. So, what was the problem? Toto was holding the long ears of this donkey with his sharp teeth. Poor Toto. Sorry, Nana. Toto and Nana never became friends. When what you call such a terrible incident happens, you start biting somebody, then that person will never do friendship with you. A great treat for Toto during cold winter evening was a large bowl of warm water given him by grandfather for his bath. So Toto loved to bath in warm water. He would cunningly test the temperature with his hand. So he has good observation skills. Human beings also will put their hands whether it is okay or I have to add some cold water and all. Toto was also doing all these things. Then gradual step into the bath, first foot, then the other, till he was into the water up to neck. So he behaved like human beings. Once comfortable, he would take the soap in his hand or feet and rub himself all over. When the water became cold, he would get out and run as quickly as he would do to the kitchen fire in order to dry himself. See the presence of mind of the monkey. He understood now the water is cold and I'm feeling cold. He would run to the kitchen and warm himself. If anyone laughed at him during his performance, Toto's feelings would be hurt. So Toto was a very sensitive monkey. Nobody should laugh at him. He would refuse to go on with bath. One day, Toto nearly succeeded in boiling himself alive. So, another tragedy he invited. A large kitchen kettle had been left on the fire to boil for tea, and Toto, finding himself with nothing better to do, decided to remove this lid. Finding the water just warm enough for bath, he got in and with head sticking out from the open kettle. So when he reached, at that time the water was warm. So he got it clear. But he did not know that the fire is on and it will boil further. And this was fine for a while. And then the water began to boil and Toto was unable to come out of the kettle. Kettle is not like a bathtub. You must be knowing the tea kettle. tea kettle is a very congested and very small space. You get stuck. You cannot come out that easily, as easily you can come out of a water tub. So he got stuck and the water was boiling. Toto then raised himself a little. He was trying to raise and save himself, but finding it cold outside, he sat down again. He continued hopping, jumping up and down for some time till grandmother arrived and hauled him half boiled and out of the kettle. If there is a part of a brain specially devoted to mischief, that part was largely developed in Toto. So, the beauty of language, Ruskin Bond is saying, if some part of the brain is mischievous, that part of Toto's brain was developed highly. That is what Ruskin Bond wants to tell to the readers. He was always tearing things to pieces. Whenever one of the aunts came near him, he made every effort to hold on to her dress and tear a hole in it. So, if some ladies they would want to just love him and just curdle him, he would ensure that that lady has a hole in her dress. He would tear it. One day at lunchtime, a large dish of pulao stood in center of the dining table. We entered the room to find Toto stuffing himself with rice. So they had prepared pulao, and by lunch, everybody came to the dining table and they saw that, like a human being, Toto was neatly eating. My grandmother screamed, and Toto threw a plate at her. Why are you screaming? One of the aunts rushed forward and received a glass of water in the face. Another lady guest must have come. She got a glass of water on her face. When grandfather arrived, Toto picked up the dish of pulao and made exit through a window. So, with everybody, he was behaving violently. But when grandfather came, he understood that grandfather is my master. So, he took the dish of pulao and went out through the window. We found him in the branches of the jackfruit tree, the dish still in his arms. So he was relishing and enjoying the pulao. He remained there all afternoon, eating slowly through the rice, determined on to finish every grain. And he was very naughty. You people did not allow me to sit on the dining table. I will finish it on the tree. And then, in order to spite grandmother who had screamed at him, he threw the dish down from the tree and chattered with delight when it broke into 100 pieces. And he was very angry with grandmother because she did not allow him to eat peacefully. She screamed, and followed by that aunt and then grandfather, everybody came because of this grandmother. Let me punish her. And he threw the glass cutlery. It must be a glass cutlery. So if you throw it down, the plate will break into 100 pieces. And he was chattering. So chattering is a sound produced by the monkeys. Obviously, Toto was not the sort of pet we could keep for long. And patience also has a limit. Everybody, the most patient person also has a limit. Now, all the limits are crossed, and they understood that this pet cannot be kept in the house. Even grandfather realized that. So we have already agreed that when he maintains a private zoo and each and every animal is taken care, that man lost patience. We were not well to do and could not afford frequent losses of dishes, clothes, curtains, wallpaper. So they were not very rich. They were upper middle class or so. So they can keep pets, but this loss of dishes and clothes and curtains and the wallpaper every time they cannot afford. So grandfather found the Tonga driver, please take back your pet, and sold him back for only 3 rupees. So he even suffered the loss of 2 rupees. Told, okay, you buy it back. And it's a very interesting story by Ruskin Bond. So, turnstile means mechanical gate consisting of revolving horizontal arms. So, you must, if you remember, where do we have it in our school, this type of gate? Cadets, have you forgotten your school? Where do we have such a gate in our school? Oh my God, you have forgotten the timber tail?
Ma'am, in park, ma'am, that front of mess.
Yeah, and timber trail.
Timber tail, ma'am.
Yes, we have such a turnstile
Yes, ma'am.
mechanical gate. Halter means a rope or a strap placed around the head of a horse or other animal used to leading to tethering them. So when we tie these horse or other animals, we use a rope or a strap around the head. Yeah, horse and all I need not explain only. You must have seen all this in our horse stable. So the story is very interesting. To keep unusual pets is a challenge. That is what Ruskin Bond is trying to say. And there is a quote which I would like to end the lesson with: shoot animals with a camera, not with a gun. That is a thing you should follow. Always take lovely photographs, but don't harass them. No cruelty towards them. They are very sensitive creature, and they are the part of the ecosystem.